What are your Meher requirements?
50K, brand new car, brand new house, and brand new everything.
Hey, okay. It's gonna have to be 50K, a little bit of gold, actually a lot, and then it's gonna have to be a G-Wagon and a house in the blood. Hey!
You've probably heard a few hardcore red pill guys say that you just should never love a woman. Like women, in this modern world, you should just forget about love and just use women for your own benefits. You might think it's a ridiculous idea, but a lot of men that I speak to, a lot of men that are my followers, they have the same mindset. They think modern women, you just can't love them. And this is where we get this whole new movement of men. You could be a part of this and you don't even know, where men are purely interested in how can I trick a woman, how can I be this psychological archetypical character that will attract women, and you don't even care whether you love her or whether she loves you back, really. This is very toxic, and I want to talk about why this is, and then I'll tell you if it's supposed to be like this or should we change. Growing up, I had a very similar attitude towards women, I'll be honest. Back when I was at school, from all the way women are, all the women around me, obviously I was attracted to women, like we all are, but I never really thought about this idea of loving her. Also, why would you love her? Okay, this woman is attractive, maybe I want to procreate with her, but I never really thought about loving her per se. I don't know if that makes sense to you. And I think you might be able to relate to this if you grew up in a Western country. And as I grew older, now, everyone who knows me, over the last few years at least, they'll tell you that I'm actually something of a lover boy. I'm really into romance and deep, passionate love. And this is very strange for someone like me. You probably wouldn't even expect it, would you? But I'll tell you a story that changed my mind. So I'm living amongst these Western women, right? Specifically in Australia. And at some point I went to a holiday back to my home country. It's a very conservative Muslim country. And one day I just remember after a little while after I got there, one of my cousins, who was a female, she sends me a message. It says, I'm coming to your house, it was 10 p.m. at night. I'm coming to your house, make sure you keep the gates open. And I was like, okay. I keep the gate open, and she comes with her mom, who's my auntie, and they're both bringing pizza and a bunch of food. And I was like, what's the occasion? Why are you bringing this food to me? And they were like, what do you mean? It's National Men's Day in our country. And I was like, National Men's Day? That blew my mind. I was like, doesn't everyone hate men? Don't women hate men? Why is National Men's Day? And then she says, well, yeah, I gave every boy in my school. She's at work. I forgot. She's no longer at school. I gave every boy at my work presents. And then she showed me a photo where all the women in her school brought a bunch of presents to the men. So I said school again. It's because she works in a school. But all the female employees brought the male employees presents. There was chocolates and sometimes flowers and all this sort of thing. And at that point I had such a big mind shift. I was like, whoa. They didn't have to do that. It's not a real rule. These women went out of their way to appreciate the men. They got flowers and chocolate and all that. They bought that stuff specifically thinking in their mind, I appreciate what men do for me. Let's sit and soak this in for a second. Because if you are someone who grew up in a Western country like me, then this is probably a really strange concept to you. As I spent more time in my home country and I started interacting with people, I was going to different English schools and whatnot, and I was giving a bit of presentations. I saw how the women were in there, the way they treat men, the way they think about men is with so much love and respect towards all men. Like when they see a man, they automatically have some sort of intrinsic respect. And at that point, I realized that it's possible to love a woman. I was like, these are the women that I would die for. Like these are the women. Like I'm not talking about like every woman. I'm not some crazy Romeo and Juliet, like crazy romantic. But I was like, if I had to go to war to protect these women, I would do it. When I come to Australia where I live, and if you ask me, would you go to war to protect these women? Say we are in like a shopping center or something. Say we are in like a university. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Why would anybody do that? Tell me one reason. It's a whole different game. And I'm not here to blame the modern women because they've been indoctrinated in their own way. But the attitude of women makes a huge difference to your ideology around them. So if you have a country where women have been fed this like feminism, like I don't even know what it is, this like really infectious idea that men have oppressed them and we somehow owe them stuff because we've been like torturing them for eternity. It's the way they treat you, the way they talk to you on a day-to-day basis is very different. Even if you go, like, say, I was at a reception once. I was like about to get like a checkup, like a medical checkup, and the way the receptionist and all that, the way they treated me, it was like the women just have this complex where they think they're better than you, and they also think that you've suppressed them like your whole life, like you like specifically you went out of your way to oppress women. That's the mindset they treat you with. You probably can't even tell, like in your country, you just think that's how women are. But when you travel around, you start to notice this more and more. The reason I started noticing it is because that happened right after I came back from the trip, and I realized how rude they were to me. And I almost got angry at that point. I was gonna say like, why are you talking to me like that? Like, what's your problem? But then I was like, oh wait, that's how people are here. And I understand why these red pillars are saying what they're saying, because they're not just making these things up. This is the natural reaction to the way the culture is going in the modern world. When women are treating us this way, the men will naturally only think about the benefits that they can get from women, because there's no love, there's nothing else they can really give you aside from like sexual stuff. It's really, really sad if you think about it. This is what feminism has done to women. But I'll make a disclaimer here. It's not all Western countries. If you go to some countries, like I'll give you an example. If you go to Sweden, the way women are is not the same. Like they still talk to you like they would talk to another girl. They'll talk to you with love. Like hey, like they'll be respectful, and they're not like in Muslim countries like what I was talking about. The way they talk to you is like a normal human being, even though it's a feminist country. But that's how women are there. That's how the culture is. So if you live in a country where women are inherently hateful towards men, it's very easy to get into this mindset of like only using women for your benefits or not getting married at all. And honestly, I don't even blame you, because that's how I thought as well. Pause. Can you hear the rain? I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pouring down really hard right now. I absolutely love it. I'm gonna leave this part in. I'm not editing it out. I don't edit my videos. I'm too much of a G for that. But anyway, this is what I want to end with. When you live in a country where you are hated just for being a man, the best thing to do is to benefit from it as much as you can. And I'm not talking about women, don't get me wrong. I'm talking about financially, self-improve. Forget about women. Don't think about women at all. I know it's difficult, but don't think about women. Improve yourself really, really hard, and then move to a place where women aren't this way. And that's when you're going to be able to find the definition of love as I have. this might be the most wholesome video I've ever made. So give me a comment, like it up, just to I don't know, encourage me to make more videos like this.